Hello, hello, and welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. Happy July, happy summer. Have been out for a while for personal reasons. I hope you've been doing fine. And I'm just checking that everything is here, and it is. And I can see your comments now. So if you're on, say hi. And if not, we'll get going. So just to enjoy the hot weather, which I'm not. Hot and humid, and you try to go to the pool and then it starts raining, and it's kind of unlucky. They kicked us out of the pool today, so much for my pool adventure. So anyway, I thought, well, Christmas in July, try to keep cool even in my mind, right? So what I have for you today, it's two quick projects because I just came back from my trip last Thursday at midnight. I haven't had time to work or craft that much. I took many of my crafting materials with me to try to create things with it, but I didn't have time. So this is what I have for you today. Just two cards, but these are a little time consuming, not too much, but anyway, this a little bit more elaborated. This a little simpler, but you know. Um, to purchase for Christmas in July because it's never too early to start working on your holiday cards. All right. And I see there's a little bit of reflection with my new glass mat, which I adore, but I hope it's not too disturbing for you because I really like it and I like working on it. So let's start. Let's start with this one. This one is just a card that it's made with one of the new products in the online exclusives that's called Sophisticated Sled. And it has this cute little sled and a little cardigan and the skating boots, the skates. I don't know how they call it, skates, right? And hi, Deborah. Good evening. And it's a really cute suite. So let's start with that one, and then we'll proceed with the other one. So for this, I did it in white. I like kind of like the white on white uh, combination, but I wanted like a little thin frame to pop it up in a holiday color. So I chose real red for that. So this is your regular card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I know, isn't it cute? It's a very cute set. So we're gonna then put this that is 4.125 by 5 3/8. There's a little bit of fuss, sorry. So we're gonna glue that. So the only thing I'm very careful with my glass mat studio is that I use my silicone mat all the time. Every time I try to remember every time I'm uh, gluing things because I don't want to get it stained. Even though it's very easy to clean, but just because I was used before that, I used the grid paper, and then when it got gluey and whatever, you just ripped it off and get another sheet. But this one, I'm more careful with. All right, so we're gonna put this here, and we're gonna have an eighth, a 16th of an inch all around, I think. Yes. So, and then we have this other one that it's 4 by 5.25, and it's embossed with the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. I love this for winter projects, not only for Christmas projects. It's very cute. And it has kind of like the falling snow. And you can do it like, you can start with like the heavy snow on top and then lighter snow on the bottom, or you can do it the other way around. I did it here the other way around. Just for a variety sake, I'm gonna do the thick snow on top now. And who else is on? I'm just trying to check if there's messages on YouTube because I'm live on YouTube as well. And in my computer, I can only see the messages in Facebook, but on my phone, even though it's tiny, I can see messages from YouTube as well. All right, so we're gonna glue these. This is the easy part, right? I mean, it's not complicated. It just has a lot of moving parts. All right. And I've already pre-cut it, so that's another thing, you know. I pre-cut it everything because I didn't want to have to put my cut and emboss machine right here. So I'm going to put this as a reference here on the side for now. And I'm going to put this out also out. Oh, there's a little bit of glue here. I didn't realize that my glue, my silicone mat had glue in it. But it no matter because I have a glue eraser that will take care of that immediately. There you go. Like magic. If you don't have one, everybody should have one. Glue eraser. All right. So, hi, Teresa. How are you? I missed you guys. I mean, been out for like what, 3-4 weeks? Yeah, I think 4 weeks because the week before I left, I didn't have the chance to do much either. So busy with work and prep and everything. So I have here the parts of the sled, and I had cut this one on my original card in soft suede without realizing soft suede is a retired color, so I did it in early espresso. This one, just a wooden color. It would not be a bad idea also to use a DSP that has kind of like a wood look to it. I mean, I'm loving this set, so I'm with Deb in that. It's a very cute set, and I'm gonna use it multiple times. So I'm gonna experiment with it. So it has these little holes here. Once you pass it through the die through the cut and emboss machine, and you may wanna remove these parts so you can see the planks more carefully. I meant to bring my trusty desk vacuum, but I left it on the other table. Hopefully I can get rid of that. Because the silicone mat is for gluing, not for putting all these pieces that may get stuck. All right. So this is the frame of the sled, and I cut it on the I think it's a 2025 in color sheen paper, I think it was called, or something like that. I forget, but I'm sorry. It has a little bit of sheen to it. I'm not sure if it's retired. It may be, but you can use. And this, of course, is Pebble Path. I used it because I thought it was more like a metallic color, and I like that. So you can use just regular Pebble Path if you want to. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here. Let me check where my frame goes. Yes. So a little bit of glue here and here and here. And with these specialty papers, sometimes it takes a little longer to glue because they're less porous than regular cardstock. So we're gonna go like this, maybe a little farther up. I'm not an expert on sleds, so I'm not very sure how it's supposed to look, but okay, this see, we need a little bit of glue right there. There. And it doesn't want to stuck. stick. Anyway, so the same piece, the same die that cuts the sled, cuts also the front part, the base of the sled cuts also this front part. You see here how it has, it's just one piece and it cuts two pieces. One die that it cuts two pieces, sorry. And this goes like this, I think. Again, it has the little thingies. This is, I like the texture dies a lot, but sometimes you may miss a piece because they get these guys in the texture. Oops. All right. So now we have the base of our sled. And I kind of like to see the holes because it's like you see the screws that went into putting the sled together, right? All right, so now we have that part done. Now we're gonna put together our skates. And I've used here the pearlized, what is it called? Pearlized specialty paper that we used to have. That for sure is retired, but I kind of like the shine of it. But you can also do it in white. Regular white will work, and I have them here in regular white too. So let's use that so that, you know, we don't use retired stuff. And I cut, this is one set of dies that cuts both booties. Let me show you. And then this cuts both laces at the same time. And this cuts both blades at the same time. Hi, Julia, how are you? I know, and they're cute. I love these. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to be very careful not to mess it up, but I'm gonna put some glue there for this kind of thing, and I'm gonna get my tweezers and just gonna get a little bit of glue in the front and a little bit of glue in the bottom, and then they just go like this so I don't have the extras glue, and then we just attach it like that. And we have the blade on boot number 1. And now we do the same with boot number 2. By the way, I cut the blades, of course, from our silver foil paper. Is it called? Yes, I think that's called. Silver foil. Okay, so these little pieces, I like to do it like this because otherwise you have glue going all over the place. And now, interestingly, I cut the laces in red because to go with my real red border. Also because they kind of look nice with the white. And this one I'm gonna remove. And one thing I noticed, and I hadn't seen that in the catalog, it's like I thought this like line was just for texture, but it's actually to slit the laces there. Okay, like so. You see, you open it up and you put it like that. Isn't it cool? But we need to put a little bit of glue to this. Just a tiny bit. Not so much in this part, because this part I'm going to glue it once I put either my dimensional or more glue to glue it to the slate. Now I have to do it in the right way again, because it worked very well when it was dry. But now that it has the glue, there we go. There. There's number 1. Now the same thing, I'm just removing the glue from my hands. it's such a small piece. It doesn't need a lot of glue. So, but I'm gonna do it with my hands because I need both hands. Oh, this one went in very easy. Isn't this cool? I like that. I didn't realize that was the purpose of it. There we go. We have both. All right. This is. Do we need a little bit more glue there? I don't think so. That's fine. All right. So I'm just gonna clean my hands a little bit. And I don't have my, okay. I don't have my alcohol wipes, but I have alcohol. So I'm just gonna spray it myself a little bit. I know, I love the red laces. I think that's how it's in the catalog. I don't want to get the idea. I mean, claim that I had the idea. I've seen it someplace, I think in the catalog, but anyway. All right, so now we have that, and we're gonna start putting it in our cart. Gonna remove the silicone mat for now, so I don't have any accidents. And I'm gonna put it like this. I like it like this. I guess you could go also like this, but I kind of like it like this, straight up. We're gonna just, okay, there. Let me get my silicone mat again, because I'm gluing. Thanks, Deborah. Thank you for agreeing with me. All right, so I'm just gonna put some glue here in the parts that are gonna be closer to, just a little bit here so it sticks. Closer to my base here. If I make myself clear. Just a little bit. You know, I think I mentioned that. I do have the fine tip glue for these kind of things, but it's so liquid that I like this one better. Just have to be careful. And I don't care if it sticks up a little bit. I kind of like that look. All right, so moving on, we need some greenery. And I cut this die in a couple of colors so we can put them both together for texture. This is old olives, and this is garden green. Oh, I also cut it in, what is this? I think it's a pretty peacock, but I think it's too blue for this one. I like garden green for this one. And you think there's a little piece here that tends to get stuck, so you can pierce it off. All right, so this we're gonna put just a couple of glue dots and that's it, because I want this to be lifted. So where are my glue dots? Oh, here. I'm almost at the end of the glue dots, but I remember to put the new one. I'm gonna put one right there. Actually, no, the first thing we need to do, because I didn't do it in my other car, is to put the thread of real red to hold the skates. So what I did a knot here, regular knot. And then I'll just put it right there. And then we're cutting this. And I want them at two different distances, how you call it, two different heights. But I can accomplish that by gluing them, the boots, in two different heights and just hiding the thread behind it. So this one will be my lower skate. Oh my God. I don't want to collaborate. And my lower skate, I'm just gonna put like this. I want to do it like it looks like it's part of the laces of the of the skate, right? So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here, and I'm gonna try to put this one like behind my red laces, right? Like so. Maybe a little bit glue on the heel as well, so it gets stuck. And then this one we're gonna put in dimensionals. Dimensional, I think. Well, maybe two. Let's see, one right here. Oops, no, we don't want it visible. There. Do we see it? Yeah, we can see it a little bit. There, a little bit farther back, so we don't see it. And then the other one on top. Remove the bags. And again, I'm gonna try to line up my thread with the laces like that. I think I want it a little bit higher. So we're gonna have, okay. My tacky fingers. All right. Like that. And just move this farther up. That's it. Okay, and now we put our greenery. All right, see. I'm just gonna put just a regular glue dot there in the middle. Oh, and I started with, I think I want old olive in the bottom. And then garden green on top, like I did on my other one. And then I'm putting it right on the other glue dot. And as I said, I don't care if it gets too high up. I kind of like it like that. And I'm just gonna move it a little bit, so actually towards that side. So you can see the ones in the bottom as well, so they're not laying on top of each other exactly. All right, so here we have our skate pretty much done. We need the ribbon. And for the ribbon, I used the, where is it here? The blah, 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 large check ribbon. That's the one that's, what color is this? Vanilla, I think. It's not white. But I'm going to color it with real red. And I'm going to do that now. And I'm going to let it dry. Maybe I should use my tweezers before I manipulate it and get the red all over my hands. You can do that in your, you can do this on your silicone mats because you'll be able to remove it with alcohol afterwards, so easily. So don't worry. I guess you could do it in the glass too, and you could do that too, but I don't want to mess it up. All right. And it's important when you do that, then you turn it around because you'll see that there's pieces that the ink didn't get through. So it's better to do it on both sides. Just go over the parts where it didn't get, especially the sides. But it's pretty darn good. All right. And now I'm getting my scissors to cut this. Sorry, I kick. There. And we'll let it dry here on the mat for a little bit. Blends are alcohol based, so they dry very quickly. But just in case, we're gonna put it right there and we'll let it sit for a while. Meanwhile, we'll work on our label. See, I told you this is like just one card, but it does take a little bit of time. And for the label, I'm using one of the labels in Greetings of the Season. Not only has all greetings, very useful, build your own greeting kind of thingy, because you have Merry and To and From and Love and Joy and Seasons greetings, but that's not built this. But you can put Merry, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, like mix and match. Sorry, I wasn't showing it. And it has all these matching labels that are going to be so useful for Christmas and holidays, and for gift giving as well. Any occasions for gift giving. I need to put this on magnetic base, but for now. So I'm using this one, the oval one that I've already pre-cut, and I'm gonna stamp it in real red. That was my real red. All right, that was my skinny embossing folder. And for this, I used Let's Decorate the Season with Happiness, but I think I may use another sentiment for this one that I also like, which is, and it goes with the sled. I hope your days are filled with fun and laughter. I think that's nice too, right? And I think it will fit. Oh, maybe not. Well, we can try. If not, if not, something. Maybe it's too small. The label. Let me just give it a try. How it would look. Because we need room for the greenery here, and if there's no room for the greenery, I think I can make it work. I'm gonna put the hole on the side. Oh, I should have used my mat. Let's see if it gets stuck. There we go. That's my foamy mat, because it's a little tight, but I think it's fine. Oh yeah, the layer tags, Teresa. Yes, I love them too. Yeah, the catalog is always full of great ideas, so it's a very good resource for inspiration. If you don't have a catalog and you want a catalog, let me know, and I may get you one. Okay, let me put this back. And we're gonna prop this with dimensionals as well. I'm gonna put on purpose a dimensional behind my hole and another one here. And I'm just gonna put this right there. And now, of all this greenery that I had cut here in different colors, I am using half of it. I use half for this one. I'm gonna use half for this other one. I'm gonna see where we can put it. I kind of like it like that. We're missing the R. Or not, because I can cut this leaf, actually, that, let's see. Before I cut it, let me see which one I have to cut. I have to cut this leaf so we can see the R, and then it will cover the hole, and then we'll do it like this. Yes, I like that. So I'm gonna cut this leaf right here. Clipped. Some pruning. Yes. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put a little bit more glue there. And a little bit here on the side. Just a very little bit. And then we attach it. Like that. All right. And then, of course, we need some berries in this greenery. And I'm using the beautiful cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries. They call it pearl, but to me, they're like berries from mistletoe. That's what I'm thinking. And that's how I'm using them in my other project that you'll see. So I'm going to put this where my hole was, just in case, to hold it. Then I'm going to put one here so you don't see the end that I cut. Then I'm going to put a third one there on. Right. Yeah, so they're not real red. They are cherry cobbler, but honestly, nobody can tell, right? I'm okay with that. All right. And now we can do the bow. That's all we need to do. And I'm just doing, sorry, I was off camera. I want a little one. The ribbon gets a little stiff once you color it, but I don't mind it. I find it easy to work with, even when it's stiff. You manipulate it as you like, then you just get a trim. Like that. Yeah, I like the buffalo check look. And we're gonna put it right there with 2 blue dots, I think. One blue dot over here. And another blue dot over there. And I think I'm gonna put a couple of blue dots on behind that as well. So once I have it all assembled, I can see, where I can hide some blue dots to hold the greenery a little bit better. Like maybe right now, I think it needs to be holding to the bottom. So not here, but come on. Do you see that? Okay, here. And another one on the other side. Here, there. All right. And of course, I did put something inside, and I decorated the inside with the skates in real red. So we can do that too. Let me grab the real red again. And this time I'm getting my mat, not forgetting. Make sure I get a good impression. And there we go. The finished card. I'm gonna do the same to my envelope. I don't know if I have it right here. I already did. Look at that. All right. I'm gonna need 2 envelopes, so one for the other card. So let me do that since I have the stamp out and the ink out. That's gonna be a very happy card. Hi, Elise. How are you? Hi, Lorraine. Thank you for joining. So that's card number one. And today we only have two, so we're not gonna be here till 11. All right. So I hope you liked it. And let's do card number two. And card number two, actually, some of you will be familiar because we did this card yesterday, this fall, yesterday in our team meeting. And I thought, oh, why not using it for a holiday card? So this, I think it was called the Diagonal Fun or something like that. And it goes like this. For this one, I'm using the DSP, also in the online exclusive Iconic Celebrations. And this DSP, thank you, Elise. I'm glad you like the card. This DSP has not only holiday stuff like the canes, it has champagne glasses, it has acorns, it has checkered things and stripes, and it has some fireworks and some spruces in pink, some pumpkins for Halloween or Thanksgiving, the peace dove, more stripes, diagonal stripes, and confetti. And then on the other side, we have mistletoe and leaves like this, and hearts and polka dots and more. I don't know. This is mistletoe from the shape, but the berries are pink, so I don't know exactly. Some autumn leaves, candles for birthdays, and snowflakes, more checkered stuff, stars, more Christmassy trees or spruces, and stars. All right. So it starts in pink and starts in, I think it's, was it pecan pie? Yes, pecan pie. All right. So I did this one with the mistletoe on the checker thing. But for my new one, I want to use these trees just for variety's sake. So I don't have two cards that are the same. So I'm going to use the base of Mossy Meadow. Let me remove this. And I should clean it before I use it again. All right. So let me get my cutter out, my trimmer. So the card base. It's the regular card base, but we're going to remove the diagonal from the upper left to the bottom right. Right, so we line it up here. And we cut it like that. And now we have it like that, right? And then we are gonna, this one is cut at 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 4, and we're gonna cut it in half, minding that this has to match this. So if it's directional, your paper that you're using, because you can use this with any kind of paper. Yes, let me actually put it like that so it doesn't move so much. That has to be the top right and the bottom left, right? Like we did with the cardstock. And then we cut it like that. And we have the two parts. We grab this. And this is where part number 1 goes. Triangle number 1. And this is where triangle number 2 goes. I find it easy to put this one first because then I can see the cut in the middle better. That's just me. So the confession is that yesterday I wanted to do this with the trees, but I cut it the wrong way, and I'm like, oh, and I didn't want to not use these triangles, so I said like, oh, I'll use the other side, and that's what I had to use the cherry cobbler. But it's okay. It came out nice, I think. The important thing is not to waste anything. And there's always solutions, creative solutions. I'm just trying to get this to wiggle a little bit. So it has more or less the same amount of cardstock showing around it. And now we're going to do the same here. I'm going to put some glue. I'm risking not using my silicone mat because it's dirty. So I'm doing it directly on my glass mat. Then we line it up. To our liking, because we don't want to too close there, because that's not how it goes. All right, I think it looks cool. And now we need the middle part, which is a piece of cardstock of 3 by 8.5, score at 4 1/4. And I have embossed mine. That was not the original thing, but you can decorate as you want. So this is how this is gonna go, right in the center. And I thought I embossed it with this what is it called? Winter 3D embossing folder. It's one of the skinny ones that work with the small cut and emboss machine. And I don't know if it's retired or not. I'm not sure, but I didn't check. But you can emboss it with other things if you want. I mean, I can do this later. Just to give it a little bit of texture. I thought it would be cute. So we're gonna center this. Maybe farther there. Making sure that it will close. And it will. I think it's pretty center. Don't you think? All right, and then for the inside, we need a piece for our message. Should have done that first, but we need a piece of cardstock that is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. Yes. We're gonna glue this. Hopefully no problems because the other part is already glued to my card. Thank you, Teresa. I like the embossing too. And then I'm gonna put a little piece of decoration here just so I don't leave it naked. I mean, I could use a stamp set too and put some stamped image, but because I'm gonna use this checkered paper on the front, I'm gonna put a little bit of the checkered paper on the back as well. Be very careful not to bleed my glue on my almost finished project. All right. And there we go. So this is more like two color, and this is more tonal, which I kind of like too. I still want to use my tag, And I'm using again the greetings of the season bundle, which keeps falling because I haven't put it in my magnetic mat yet, but I will. And I tried to use this other one, but I don't like it so much for this. It's a cute tag. I like the shape, but because I'm gonna put the wreath, I thought it was too much roundness, and I don't think it would work so well. Because then you wouldn't see what I mean. I have two wreaths here. You wouldn't see much. It wouldn't read so well. So I'm sticking to my guns and using the original one, saving this for another card and another purpose. Or I can even use the back. Look how cute it is. Maybe I'll use this side. Oh well, we'll see. Um, and I'm using the wreath from the sophisticated sled here. I stamped it already because I wanted to die cut it before this live. And now that I don't have the paper, I don't have some place to draw on. So I'm gonna color the berries with not real red, cherry cobbler, sorry. Because this is the color that combines with this paper. But you'll see there's a lot of white leaves there. So I'm gonna color those two. And I wonder if I could do it in another green. I don't have one handy right now. So we're gonna do it with, this is the Stampin' Right marker in Mossy Meadow. And I'm just gonna do it like that. It would be kind of cool to use another color so that you has like a little bit more variety of green. Oh, I know what we can do. I have an idea. I don't have the markers here, all of them, or all my blends. And I don't want to abandon you, but I do have a lot of ink pads and my water painter. So maybe we can use some of those and see what happens for these bigger leaves. Let's see. Water painter, and what color do I want? This looks to me more like eucalyptus kind of. So I'm liking Lost Lagoon. Maybe it'll be too light. Sorry, excuse my hand as I'm trying to grab stuff without throwing everything on the floor. It's a challenge always in my house. So this I don't need. This I'm gonna remove this. And you barely saw my hand. Oh no, you saw my hand. Oh well, sorry. Challenges of a small space. Let's see how it works. If it not, I can always go over it with the marker again. I'm just pushing to get the water coming out, and it starts to come out now. Yes. Now that I have some water, and I want it pretty saturated, so let's see how this goes. Yeah, it kind of looks good. gives a little bit more interest, I think. And I'm just putting some more. And I just want to color it. I'm not gonna worry about giving it shade or anything. Just plain coloring. All right. That's good enough, I think. I like it. Improvising, always. All right. And this is a one that I didn't like how the impression came because my Mossy Meadow pad, I have to replace it. So I have to buy a new one. All right. So this is going to go here. I like it. I really do. In dimensionals. Grab a couple of dimensionals. See, I didn't like the impression on that side either. I had to turn it around, but nobody is seeing that, so I'm okay. Yes, I don't know which side I want it, like maybe like that. All right. And we have that. And now all we need to do is have our, actually, let's put the ribbon first and get like glue this down, and then we'll work on the sentiment, which I had as Happy Holidays. Just for this, I'm using some thread in Cherry Cobbler because it goes with this thread. Right. Actually, I just realized that I did this in Real Red and not Cherry Cobbler. I could have done Cherry Cobbler, but as I said, for something so small, it doesn't really matter. Hi, Kate. How are you doing? Such precision. Well, not very precise, but anyway, we do what we can. There, I'm just cutting this. We don't want it too long that it sticks out of the card too much. And then we're gonna put dimensionals here. I really love this bag. I'm gonna do, oh, okay. Grab only the backing and not the thing. For this, I'm putting this one right here on my thread so it doesn't come apart. And then two on the sides. And then I want it almost coming out of the frame, or almost coming out of the frame, just a tiny little bit for pure interest. And now we have to put the Happy Holidays. So I got myself a strip of paper, and we are gonna stamp Happy Holidays. It comes in separate words, so you have to make sure that more or less aligns. Not much precision, okay, but in more or less. So Happy first. I love this font. It's a happy font. I like scripty fonts. And I'm gonna put these. There's a good thing of that, or Happy Holidays. All right. And now we fussy cut. First off, I'm gonna cut it right here, so I don't wanna have to deal with a very long strip. and then we just start going. Leaving a little bit of white. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It really doesn't. To do this, it's better to move the paper rather than the scissors. Wanted to keep it round, not too edgy. And down and around. I really wanted to have it done for you guys, but I wanted you to see how I did this. I know most of you know how to do it, but just in case somebody doesn't know how to fussy cut these messages, they kind of look cool when you fussy cut them like this. Sorry. All right. Almost done with the bottom part. All right. Oops, sorry, this didn't look good. See if I can fix it. Yeah, you can barely always fix, almost always fix it. Sorry. I meant almost, not barely. Just cut around it and to your liking. Oops, sorry, I'm hitting the camera all the time, but I wanted you to see it, and I have very limited space underneath. And I'm just gonna go like this here. Yeah, cutting this edge that I don't like. You can always go afterwards, see how it looks for you, and trim excess on one side or another. Almost done, people. I know watching somebody fussy cut is not the most fun thing, but as I said, I wanted you to see the process. And you can do this with pretty much any message, especially looks nice in more scripty messages. Like that. See? All right, and now we see where we want to put it. Right there in the center. I like it like that. So we need to put some glue underneath this and a small dimensional underneath these two. So I'm going to start with the small dimensionals, if I can find them. Here they are. One small dimensional in this, and another one here. Mini dimensionals. I call them small, but they're actually called mini. And then a little bit of glue over there. Just a little bit. This is a skinny message. Doesn't need a lot to hold it. Okay. All right. And now we make sure that we don't put it crooked. Center a little bit farther there, I think. And there we go. I think this is pretty good. Further down, maybe. I like it like that. What do you guys think? And of course, some embellishments. For this one, I used the white ones as if they were, because this is mistletoe. So I thought like, oh, mistletoe kind of thingy, but berries, I mean, not thingy. But for these ones, I'm going to use the reds, even though we already color some, we have some red over here, but just put a little red there. And a third one, okay, over there. All right, maybe farther down. There. All right, so this is card number 2. That opens like that. A fun fold. All right, so we have the first version in the cherry cobbler, and then the version more monochromatic. And then we have our sled card as well, with the original one that had a different message. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Oh, we had 6 people. We didn't do a little raffle. Let's do it right now. I'm thinking, it's like, what can I do for a raffle? Maybe, okay, maybe that's gonna be an easy raffle. Who's the first person who can tell me who won the Wimbledon men's championship today? Okay, so first person who puts that will get a little gift from me. Thank you, Lorraine. I'm happy you like them too. I only had time to do 2 things because, as I said, I came back Thursday evening. Nobody's saying anything. Google it if you need. Just say any tennis player. That also helps. Yeah, Wimbledon is tennis in case somebody doesn't know much. It's been a big day for Spain. Oops, I gave you a little hint already. I'm gonna wait for a couple of minutes. Nobody wants to say anything? Well, I'll close it. You can still comment on it, and I'll check the comments. And if the first person who actually says who won today the men's single Wimbledon championship in tennis will get a little gift. All right. Someone in Spain. Yes, Lorraine. Very good. Google. It's all over the place. I'm gonna say good night. I'm gonna leave that open, and the comments, like person who Googles it faster will get the raffle prize. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next week with maybe more Christmas in July, or maybe something else. All right. Have a great night and a great week. Bye.